What's up, YouTube? In this episode, we're going to finish putting the front clip back together, hook up my power steering, and get this thing on the road. Well, I'm working on installing everything back on the core support. I've got my headlight mounting brackets on and the buckets, my hood latch, this center support here. I got my AC condenser in. And I don't know what year this core support was from, but it's just a little bit different than this one. I think it might have been a later one because it didn't have the hole drilled for my AC hoses to run through right there. There were dimples for it, so I just put a hole saw in the dimple and drilled the hole. But you'll see right here that there are 4 slots for the headlight mounting buckets. Brackets, I don't know what those are called, but the new core support didn't have those, so I just drilled some holes, and I'm hoping that my measurements were pretty accurate. So we're gonna find out once I put the grill and the grill inserts back on. Alright, I got all that stuff on. I also put the bumper back on and replaced one of the headlights and one of the bulbs. So the next thing I need to do is make new power steering lines. After that, I'm going to replace my power steering pump, and then I'm going to figure out what I need to do to get rid of those brackets and put the right bracket back on, because I can't install my AC compressor with these on here, and I don't like that. Depending on what power steering pump you're using, you might need to make your own power steering lines. So this is what I'm using. These are -6 lines. This smaller one on the ground here is a polytetrafluoroethylene line, also called PTFE. That's going to be my high pressure line. And then this slightly larger one right here is just going to be my return line. These purple fittings here are for a Crown Vic and Ford Focus. I got those from Massive Speed System, and that little mounting hardware came with it as well. And then these two right here are PTFE fittings, and then I have a -6 fitting on this end and my power steering pump fitting on that end. And then over here is just a normal AN line fitting and a hose clamp for my return line. I'm going to list all of these parts in the description below. That way you can order them if you want to make your own lines. I'm going to put my PTFE fittings together now. You can cut this by wrapping it in electrical tape and then cutting the line with a thin cutoff wheel. Next, you want to put your fitting on. I've slid it on from the other side already. And then after that, you want to put your little crush washer in. And this goes in between the steel outside and the Teflon inner core. So I'm going to push that on carefully and press it against the vise to get it to seat. So I have the fitting seated fully against the Teflon inner lining. Next, I'm going to put that in and work it on just like that. And then fit that over and tighten it down. I'm going to put this in the vise and then tighten it up a little bit more. Got it in the vise, and now we're just going to tighten it down. Okay, I've got that tightened on there fully, and this is the fitting that goes in my pump, and you just screw the two together and we're good. Okay, change of plans. After mocking up one of my lines, it looks like a 90-degree fitting would fit better. So this is my PTFE fitting, and this is just a normal one. I could have used a 90-degree fitting right here too, but that one works. The line, there is plenty of clearance. The line's just kind of up right now because I don't have anything attached down at the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my lines now. Line number 1 is done. Time to make line number 2. And as a side note, I bought 3 feet of each line. Probably could have only bought 2 and saved myself a little bit of money, because that is a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Now I'm making my return line with just normal AN line, and this is a little bit different. There's no crush washer. You just take the end of your fitting and slide it on carefully. This is kind of hard to do. Oops. This one is harder to put on. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off and get this on. Okay, got that on. That's why it's so important to have a clean cut. Otherwise it's really hard to put the fitting on. And then you just insert this in the end here and start screwing it in. There we go. And once I have this tightened down a little bit more, then I'm going to put it in the vise and finish tightening it. I've got a piece of cloth wrapped around my lower end just to protect the fitting a little bit. If you have a soft jaw vise, those are really nice. I don't have one, unfortunately. There we go. And here's the fitting on line number 2. Here's both of the finish lines. This end over here just gets a hose clamp because it's a return line. I've got a new power steering pump that should be here tomorrow, and once I get that, we can install them. So I think I mentioned this earlier in a different video, but I'm upgrading to a Saginaw power steering pump. You could get those in Econoline vans, and that pump is much better than anything you could get in the trucks. So if you want to do that, you should get one for the same year Econoline van with the same engine that your truck has. I couldn't do that. The closest one I could find was from an 86 E350, and the mounting brackets are a little bit different, and basically it doesn't let me use my compressor mount. So I'm going to fix that. Here's my stock compressor mount right here, and here's the 86 one. And the only difference between these brackets, well, besides the compressor mounting part, is this hole right here. These 3 bolts or holes are the same, and you just put a bolt through each of those. And then this hole right here is for the power steering pump. So this bolt goes through the pump right here, and then that goes through a spacer, and then it goes into here. So I'm going to just measure this where that hole is, and then weld a nut on here and probably drill a hole through the backside. And that way I'll be able to use my stock AC compressor and my new Saginaw power steering pump. And I'll probably have to trim down that spacer a little bit too, but that's not a big deal. The reason I bought a power steering pump from an 86 is because I needed this bracket and this pulley and this bracket right here that's bolted on the engine, because the Saginaw power steering pump and the stock one that came on my truck mount completely different, and I couldn't find any brackets separately or anything, or a separate pulley online, so I just had to buy the whole thing. Got my hole drilled, and as I suspected, there's going to be a little interference right here with the nut when I weld that on. So I'm just going to grind that down a little bit, and then we can weld the nut on. Got that ground down a little bit. I used the grinder and then finished it off with my die grinder. Very handy tool if you don't have one. And the nut fits quite nicely. Nice and flat. Time to weld that on. Joe welded that nut on for me, and I've got the bracket bolted on, and now it's interfering right here with this bracket. So I'm going to trim the top of that off because I'm not using either of these holes, and we'll see if it fits. Got my bracket cut down, test fitted on the truck, and it still doesn't fit. I was hoping I could just put it on like that, but it needs to be right about here, I would say. So I'm gonna just take this and cut a U-shaped notch in here to clear that part on my AC bracket, and we'll call it good. Got that U-shaped notch cut in there, and it all fits together perfectly. Now I just need to grind the sharp edges down and slap some paint on here, and then we can bolt everything back together. Got both of these brackets painted with a nice coat of Rust-Oleum satin black. Got my compressor ready. I've got a new power steering pump mounted on the bracket with my pulley on there. I guess it's time to install everything. Okay, I got everything bolted in. The last thing I need to do is make a spacer that goes between this bracket here, the back side of that, and my AC compressor mount and on that nut that I welded on. And I'm just gonna trim down this guy right here after I measure with my dial calipers, slide the bolt out, toss the spacer in, and we should be good to go. Got my spacer in finally. That was a two-man job because it's almost impossible to get at. Got my upper lines on. Now I just need to connect the lines at the bottom and toss some power steering fluid in, and we should be able to drive it. Okay, got my hoses connected. I've got the truck running. I've got it jacked up in the air, and now I'm turning the wheel back and forth just to bleed the power steering system. It's time for a test drive. Oh, got brakes. Power steering seems to be working great. Truck drives really nice. tight. Brakes are awesome. Thing just drives fantastic. So it's been about 200 miles since I took that test drive, and the truck drives awesome. Brakes are great, steering is super tight. I've had it out on the freeway, and it just drives perfect. I definitely want to do some road trips with it this summer. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that. I'll try and show them to you. There's lots of little things I need to do still. I got to lower this rear end down, replace the gas tank, get an alignment, replace those front struts because those are not great, and so much more. But that's going to do it for this episode. So please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.